And welcome to part 5 of the Final Fantasy VI Let's Play, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we have to rescue Sabin from purgatory after he drowned in the river.
Is this the real life?
Or is it
just fantasy?
Jinx.
Caught in a let river, no escape from reality.
So now what are we doing with him?
Alright, well, we washed up ashore to this place. Single house here. Looks nice. Seems legit.
It does. Robite.
We got new encounters, though. Robites, pretty much tier 2 leafers. No
Or
different,
rabbits.
really. Actually, it's kind of a, if, I would call this the reverse colors, but the rabbits weren't purple.
They weren't.
With leafers. But these green rabbits seem to have a good with purple lettuce. I like purple lettuce.
It's tasty stuff.
Yeah, and I also think it's healthier.
I don't think it's healthier. I think it's just a different color.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Lettuce is like the water of vegetables anyway.
That it is, but
Doesn't
you know,
do anything
you
if
can't go
you
wrong
eat
with
it, but you feel good eating it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
For me, I had to up my veggie count so much lately.
Yeah, Matt, if it's anything like the problem I have, it's just that it's so fucking expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Just to upkeep a healthy
Honestly,
diet.
not really. Like, I found ways to work around it. Mine is always pricey, though, no matter what, because I have, like, eggs and sausage for breakfast. I do order high-protein enriched cereals. Altogether, my grocery shop is like 100 freaking every 2 weeks.
It's around here, 200, because I have, family of 6. But, oh no, family of 6, what the fuck? It's like the fucking 90s. Let's say family of 3. Now we got a lone house here. We saw a merchant on the chocobo. That's what he is. It's not an imperial soldier. It's just a merchant.
Oh,
But Shadow's here. And
Shadow
you
has a
can
pain in the ass gimmick.
You can recruit him. Oh yeah, about the gimmick. I should probably go into that now. It doesn't take effect now, but it will later.
Right.
I'll go into it more when it's appropriate. But until then, we got Shadow. He's a ninja.
A Western ninja.
Yeah, I like it. Or as some of the people call it, cowboys.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
What do you call him?
Cowboys.
Oh, God.
No, I wouldn't classify a cowboy as a ninja, though, in any sense. Anyway, this house belongs to this aged man, as the game describes him as. Unfortunately, he has more screws loose than Kefka.
Unbelievable.
If you can believe that. He
I
keeps
can.
thinking like a repairman.
So you
Fixed
need
the
a repairman?
lawnmower, fixed the chair, squeaking like, oh, get out. Okay. This
So now
guy
what?
is obviously wasting our time.
Ow!
Ow. No child could be this mischievous. Child, ain't no child around
Dash.
here. Boulder Dash.
It's supposed to be Balderdash.
Okay. He just brought up a kid with no context, but okay. You're crazy.
Yeah,
I've
right.
established that. So this is where you can restock on items in case you need to. Remember, Shadow and Sabin do not have magic, so I would recommend doing that. Stock up on your tonics, your potions if you can afford
Your
it.
shurikens.
Yeah. Shurikens is pretty much going to be Shadow's default way of attacking. Because shurikens are so cheap, you can buy 99 of them easily.
Right.
Shurikens are thrown items, so they don't take row into effect. So put Shadow in the back and leave him there.
Right.
He also doesn't have much items, too, so give him the buckler.
Ninjas travel light.
Yeah. It's Shadow Light. Now with less the calories and half the guilt.
Oh, Christ. So, what are we
Anyway.
dealing with? Oh.
New enemies. We got Beakers, we got Crass Hopper, and Stray Cats. Stray Cats and Beakers really aren't a big deal. By the way, this is...
How fitting.
yeah, fuck yeah, I love that.
I like that. The dog beat the cat.
That's a trait unique to Shadow. At times, his dog, Interceptor, will intercept the attack.
And then return the damage.
Yeah, the Interceptor has 2 attacks, Takedown and Wild Fang. Wild Fang is the more powerful between the two. Takedown is strong, but not as strong as Wild Fang, because Wild Fang is fucking biting the enemy.
Right. Thing is, though, is that there's also subjected to a fair glitch.
Oh, you're talking about
Shadow's
Rippler.
the only one with the interceptor status on him at all times, which is the dog. But
Yeah.
the thing is, though, is...
It's considered a status effect.
Right. And if you get hit with an enemy that does Rippler, I think it's called,
Yes.
you get stuck where the status shifts. So if you don't Rippler it back or something like that, you lose the status of the dog forever.
I'll get you, Shadow, and your little dog too. Yeah, that is a pretty nasty glitch if you run into enemies with Rippler. Rippler is something you only have to worry about late game though, and there's only one enemy that immediately comes. Well, there's 2 enemies that immediately come to mind that have Rippler. One is one of the 8 dragons.
Oh god.
The other is one of the one enemy in Kefka's castle later down the road, but that's end game, so we don't have to worry about that now. Anyway, the Crass Hoppers that we fought earlier are really the only sort of thing that can be annoying because they have a berserk-inducing attack, so they can make you lose commands. However, in this scenario where you have a brawler and a ninja who can also be a brawler, that's not really a big deal. unless Shadow's in the back row, then you're not doing as much damage as you should be in Berserk status.
Well, he should have black armor general.
Really rare. I think we only see like 2 of them this entire game. But anyway, if we want to make our way to Narsh, Shadow says we have to go south, but there's an Imperial base built there.
Right.
So we have to infiltrate and get past it. Unfortunately, we also seem to be in the middle of a raid, because their Imperial army is...
And their army just thought to take it out by throwing themselves against the wall.
If we keep throwing soldiers at it, the walls will eventually deteriorate.
Christ's sake, that's a terrible plan.
Sir, may I suggest ladders? Anybody got any questions?
That would totally be a Kafka thing to do.
Or a
He's one of my
douchebag
favorite
general.
characters. Too bad he kind of sucks in this game.
Yeah. But it seems like we're in the middle of an Imperial raid. The Imperial army is trying to take over Doma Castle. The king is still alive and all that, but what we really should be worrying about is the castle's retainer. This is Cyan.
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 Oh. Like the color?
Yes. That's how I always pronounce it. No, when I was a kid, I pronounced it as Cyan. But,
I love this theme, though.
Yes.
It's stereotypical, but it's good.
Cyan has been with Doma for a very long time. He's in his 50s.
He's fucking old.
Yeah, he's pretty up there, but badass all the same. He has the strength of 100 men. Or so the description says. Reports of my physical strength have been greatly
altered. So
I'm going to defeat their general by taking it out on his grunts first. Come here, you.
I'll give you such a tongue lashing.
With my sword. I have a silver tongue, you see.
You're a liar?
Soldiers. Yeah, because I thought I was going to go after the general first, and I'm actually taking it out on a soldier. That guy had 2 days of retirement, too. Anyway, so we're going to ignore... You can fight all the soldiers if you want to. No point. Fight the leader. Go right after him. We're going to show off level 2 sword tech, which is retort. Unfortunately, it's a counterattack, so you got to get hit first. But if you get hit with it, you choose retort. It's a very strong attack. Booyah.
Wowzers.
789 damage.
Probably his best move.
And you almost always get a black belt from that enemy. I say almost always because black belt is the common drop for that. A rare drop, I want to say, is Phoenix Down.
I was going to say Magicite.
Bahamut. Black belt.
Fuck. That saved my time.
Black belt is a relic. When you equip, you counterattack when you get hurt. Not guaranteed all the time, but it's more. It'll happen more often than not. So,
why did you think that would work?
Get that to Cyan as soon as you can. You got a treasure chest in the camp here. If you decide to kick it, you will alert the dog outside. I would do that if you're going for 100% bestiary, because this is the only place in the game where you fight Dobermans.
Which are just dogs.
Yeah, which are just stronger vector pups. You fight 3 of them at once, and they also suffer from vector pup syndrome, where if you kill 2 and leave 1 alone, they run away.
Alright.
So do that for the sake of getting 100% completion. I like to suplex dogs.
You like to suplex dogs. That's some bad segue, dude.
I don't know. Suplexing dogs seems more humane than throwing ninja stars at them.
Not quite as you.
You disagree?
Yeah. Hang on.
Oh no, actually, we could do like the Dudley Boys 3D. Sabin lifts him up and Shadow comes up.
And then Shadow and Sabin just belly bounce.
Yeah. Off the top rope.
Or at least they try to belly bounce, but Shadow just stabs him. Oops.
Yeah, I love the little shock reaction. That's like the only times you can see Shadow's shock reactions if you talk to that soldier. It's also like a reaction like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you talking to him?
Shadow just tried to pants him.
Yeah.
Got caught in the process.
Slap him in the ass. Nice job there, buddy.
Wash up, Jimmy. Really wash up.
Shadow be the kind of guy that towel whips you in the shower.
The towel whipper?
Yeah.
Nah, that's totally Sabin.
Yeah. Yeah, a little weird for Sabin because he's the monk in this game. But he's not like the typical Final Fantasy monk where if you actually don't give him any weapons, he hits stronger. He needs claws in order to hit stronger. Like, his regular physical attacks are not very remarkable without claws.
I think I got claws puncture.
True. But punches hurt too.
Not against armor. Tunk!
Ow!
I like how Leo here is actually just trying to be more of a father to his men, but then he realizes, what am I doing here? Leo's like that dumbass who works at 7-Eleven who knows he could do so much more with his life, but just chooses to stay there because he can't seem to muster up any hope for finding a better job. Oops.
Matt, I know General Leo, and you, sir, are no General Leo.
Fuck you, I get shocked.
Oh, you like getting stabbed in the back, do you?
I get stabbed in the back routinely, yes!
So yeah, that's General Leo. He's the leader of this army so far, and as a result, you know, he's a pretty jovial fellow. Doesn't immediately resort to blood and guts and violence.
It's actually kind of rare because up until this point, we usually associate everybody in an empire for being jerk-offs.
Yeah, or at least just following their orders without really thinking about the consequences of their actions.
Kefka has none of that shit.
No.
Oh, hi, Ninja.
Yeah. Ninja! I'm off now. Yeah, but the characters even comment that General Leo, he could be my friend if he weren't my enemy.
And Kefka just outright violates the rules of war.
Yeah. General Leo specifically General Leo is here, but he was summoned by the Emperor to be somewhere else, leaving Kefka in charge of the Imperial base.
If you had Sabin as your party leader, this would be great. You have him as the party leader, and I'm not feeling it. That's inhuman, and I killed my mother for a nickel.
I slipped my mother for a nickel, but that's inhumane.
I would love the Benny Hill kind of chase scene here.
Well, it sort of is. By the way, that's a corny ass line Kefka delivers at the end, but I love it too.
What? Wait.
Like wait, he says. Do I look like a waiter?
I love that they reference that to City.
Fucking goofball.
They reference that in Duodecim.
Yeah.
He goes, sidesteppers, eh? Do we look like sidesteppers?
What a toad. That's Monk Kefka. All you gotta do is attack him once and he reacts.
Meatheads everywhere.
So you do that a total of 2 times. When you fight him, when you encounter him a 3rd time, he sticks another guard at you. Don't do that just yet though, because there are things we can explore around here. We're gonna go.
What did you say?
How long do you think that we're gonna keep this up? Next time I see you, you're a goner.
I thought he said something about a boner.
Yeah.
Ooh, a barrier ring, nice.
Barrier ring. When you're low on HP, cast shell on you.
Oh, thank God! I thought nobody would get me out of there. Hello, friends. Let me give you a hug.
Shadow, what do we say?
Doink.
He just throws a ninja star at him. Stop that, Shadow! You do that to everybody we meet. Mega Zerk is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It casts Berserk on the entire party. Luckily, Shadow's not having any of that shit. Only Sabin got afflicted by that. Thankfully for us, Sabin's also our monk, so he kind of benefits from that. And it's not like he can do anything else besides attack. You know, we can't heal with him anymore, but if we're playing our cards right, and by that I mean we hit the enemy more times than he hits us, we'll be fine. And we will be fine. Because Sabin is going to one-shot the soldiers, while Shadow takes care of the Telstar with ninja stars. And there he goes, he's gone. Telstar will sound the alarm if you take too long.
Right.
But defeating the Telstar gives you the Green Beret. The Green Beret is an awesome helmet. It also increases your max HP.
Sweet.
So, yeah, pretty cool.
You want to drink a shitload of tonics.
Fuck, I need a drink.
I don't blame you. Shadow, I think you have a drinking problem. Hey, you see the clown boys of the fucking river?
There, I say you have a problem drinking.
Up yours, faker.
Oh god, not that Shadow.
Sorry.
The Shadow's much cooler. He can throw ninja stars.
He's also a Western guy, so...
Yeah, and he has a dog. Shadow doesn't have a dog. The hedgehog, anyway. Soldier, you'll take the suplex for me. Yes, sir. Anyway, the one thing about soldiers and Templars is that they have counterattacks.
Right.
Fatal counterattacks. There's a word for that. Desperation attacks. It's not always guaranteed, but they will do it most of the time. With soldiers, it's just called a simple counter. Templars are called axe, and it hurts. So
purple poison. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Kefka, to take care of the Dome of threat in quotes, he poisons the entire river. And the soldiers are even, his own soldiers are even against that. Because they say, well, first off, General Leo was against that in the first place. And
That's fucking inhumane.
The soldiers actually really look up to General Leo. They think he's a great leader. And Kefka just figures, you know what, let's just poison the water supply. And the soldiers are like, well, what are you, fucking stupid? Because, well, first off, that's inhumane. And we have soldiers locked up in that prison. They're valuable to us. But Kefka just says, fuck it, just kill them all. So he
points
poisons
for efficiency, no, but 1 point for efficiency, minus 8 million for fucking humanity.
Yeah. This is poison. Poison. Poison.
Oh boy.
Oh shit! I just served my king tea.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's when that's what the barrier ring does. Cast shell when HP is low. Shell, in case you don't know, is pretty much a protection spell.
Wait, auto shells are low health.
On low health.
All right, so it's an SOS effect.
Pretty much. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, later games will call it SOS haste, SOS shell, SOS
right.
safe. Shell reduces magical attacks.
Oh shit, he's out.
He's out and done. It's kind of weird because, you know, when I was young playing this game, I always thought the poison river was permeating the air and that people were just breathing in harmful vapors. But it doesn't work that way. You have to drink the water. So they not only poison the river on the outside of the Doma Castle, they also poison the water supply.
Right, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it would have. I think I would have liked a little more of an establishment cutscene because
they kind of did give one where the soldiers started passing out and dying left, right, and sideways.
Yeah, I just would have think if like maybe the soldiers were like crouching towards the water to get the idea that they're maybe drinking from it, instead of just standing still and like, you know.
That's one of the downsides to sprite limitations.
Yeah.
But it presumes that you're going to use your imagination.
Yeah, very true. And I can, because I get the idea of what the poison's doing. Sorry, buddy, you were just a little too... You weren't fast enough to get the remedy inside the tonic, the pot.
Damn. I need a drink.
No! You head inside this room, and Cyan can't even go inside it. We can go inside it later, but not now. Doma Castle, you know, we're controlling Cyan right now. You think we're free roaming. No, we're actually blocked off a lot of areas, thanks to the dead bodies. So we're heading up here to the top right, where unfortunately, the poison also took Cyan's family. Elaine and Owain. Owain didn't have a name in the Japanese version.
Owain. Oh god.
In the Doma, the poison Doma.
The children sleep tonight. Oh god, we're going to hell.
I feel terrible now.
I'm going to hell.
Yeah. Owain didn't. Cyan's son didn't. I said it again. Like just old habits die hard. Cyan's son didn't have a name in the Japanese version. They call him Owain in an English version. That's good though. I'd rather give him a name and just call him son. Kind of has a deeper connection to the relations here. So Cyan's, you know, rightfully pissed. He's rightfully pissed. How you doing? I'm Sabin. Ow! Be you friend or enemy? I'm friend, I think. I'll forgive you for that little tackle you gave me.
May I give you a hand? Absolutely.
High five.
I wish you feel better now, don't you?
Gold team rules. So Cyan is technically part of the party, but
the Interceptor takes that bite out of balls.
Interceptor does the grunt work.
Damn.
So yeah, Cyan's part of the party unofficially now. He's in the front row, so he's gonna do all the damage he possibly can. If he has the black belt equipped, that's also in effect too. Unfortunately, we can't select him because he's on rage mode.
Of course.
And I don't think we can. You can't heal him. But these battles shouldn't prove any much of a problem anyway.
They're all soldiers.
Yeah, they're all, you know, lowly grunts. They're not going to cause any problems. And this little sequence doesn't last long forever anyway. In fact, this is the last battle. On foot, anyway, because after this, we have to escape the base. Oh, now we have cadets.
What do they do?
They're just another color of Templars, honestly.
Okay.
Ow.
Shit! Judo chop action.
It's a good thing I was in the back row. Otherwise, that axe would have really hurt.
It looks like you're stabbing him with a fork.
Yeah, I don't like Sabin's default claw attack. Because like later claws, and by that I mean the next one, is like a swipe. Yeah, it's like a swipe.
This one here's just a thrust, like dinner fork.
Dinner's ready.
Your ass is mine for lunch.
Oh, okay.
Sir Sabin? Cyan's got like a real... Cyan's got a real,
Hey, Matt? You're not technically wrong. That's his name in Japanese. Cayenne. Like the pepper.
Cayenne?
Cayenne. Yeah, cayenne pepper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's his name in Japanese.
Cyan it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, Pepper up there has a really poor grasp on technology and shit like that.
Though he doesn't like to admit it.
It's kind of funny, but also it's a really poor whiplash. Because there's time for humor, not when a man's family was murdered and he's on a rampage of revenge.
Great.
It's sort of like having Cloud slip on a banana peel right after Eris died.
Or
complete with the cartoony.
Or in the process of lifting Aerith up after her death, he forgets to lift with his knees and throws his back out. Oh shit! Barrett, help!
Boom! So now you're back in the Magitech armors.
Yeah, we're back in the Magitech armors now.
You only have the 3 beams.
Bolt beam is the only one you should be using against Magitech armor because they're
always
afraid of
lightning.
It does a lot of damage too. Like,
oh, it's like you're shooting somebody in electrical kindling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or electrical conductor. Oh, I hate using wrong words at times.
Zap. But remember, though, while you're also in the Magitech armor, you also have access to Heal Force.
Which is basically your free healing magic.
Yeah. So
saves you a fortune on the goddamn healing items.
Yeah, way better than tonics and potions will ever do at this point in time.
The other 2 suck. Maybe my luck's better.
Come on, sevens. His fate is decided by the roll of the dice.
Quiet you, Gaviani.
I don't think I didn't hit Sabin. That would have sucked.
Could you revive them in the mech?
Yeah, you can. Death animations on the mech are really interesting. It's like they're just leaning forward. Like, I'm tired.
It actually looks good. It's a nice touch because now they're like dead, but they're in their machine. Like not like dead on the floor, like plop.
They're lying on top of the Magitech. This makes for a very uncomfortable bed.
Does Shadow have any thoughts about this? Where's my money?
When are you gonna pay me? You'll get it when you leave. Alright, now that Cyan is in our party, this is where Shadow's douchebaggery kicks in. Possibly. So now, because you have a buddy on your side, Shadow really doesn't feel the need to be there with you anymore.
Right.
He has a 1 in 16 chance of ditching you in battle.
Fuck Nugget.
Yeah.
If he does that, does he take all his equipment on him?
He takes everything that he has on him.
So make sure no really important relics are on him like you did, like I did with one playthrough when I gave him the fucking Gadget glove.
Oh, poor thing. So, but he'll only run away if you finish the battle. So if you run away from battles, he won't do anything. Because you're running away with him.
Right.
But more on that as we begin part 6 tomorrow.